Boris Johnson has cancelled his planned trip to the White House after Trump slammed the phone down on him in a moment of apoplectic fury.
Here's a summary of the article.
UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has cancelled a trip to the US planned for next month after a furious phone call from President Donald Trump in which Trump slammed down the phone on the Prime Minister. Johnson had been due to visit Washington last month but repeatedly delayed the trip after a series of rows with the president over Iran, Huawei, and a rejected request by the Prime Minister to extradite the wife of a U.S. diplomat. Johnson has now cancelled his trip altogether, according to the newspaper The Sun, now planning on foregoing a trip to the country until the G7 summit in June. Relations broke down in recent weeks following a series of high-profile threats from Trump and a series of pointed interventions against Trump by Johnson and senior members of his government. The call last month, which one source described to the Financial Times as very difficult, came after Johnson defied Trump and allowed the Chinese telecom company Huawei the rights to develop the UK's 5G network. Johnson backed Huawei despite multiple threats by Trump and his allies that the US would withdraw security cooperation with the UK if the deal went ahead. The US fears that Huawei's technology could have backdoors for the Chinese government. Following the call, U.S. Vice President Mike Pence said the Trump administration had made its disappointment with the UK very clear to them.
This post received a score of 50,817, with an upvote ratio of 86%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Who said apoplectic? Because it sure wasn't Trump.
Boris Johnson exalts in rhodomontade locution. His peripatetic discourse goes from ancient Rome to Shokarian England to public schoolerisms. His lexicon is quite the traveler.
Rhodomontade is a new one to me. How do I even say that?
It's pronounced rhodomontade.
Not rhodomontade.
Fuck off, Hermione.
Unexpected Hogwarts.
Just another perfect phone call.
Everyone says so. It was a tremendous call.
It was a great phone call for a great nation, possibly one of the greatest phone calls ever made. It was great.
In fact, it was a beautiful conversation, totally appropriate conversation.
Who, Boris? I don't think I've ever spoken to him. I speak to many people every day. Thousands.
I speak to thousands of Borises on a daily basis. Huge Borises. Good Borises, doing good jobs, the best jobs.
I never really understood phones, but I know more about phone calls than probably anyone. Think of all the dead carrier pigeons. I hear they cause cancer. Everybody is saying that.
When Boris Johnson comes off as the more mature person in a discussion, you know the other chap has serious personality flaws.
That basically sums up the past 3.5 years. Trump has managed to make people like John Bolton and Mitt Romney look like the reasonable ones.
I still can't believe John fucking Bolton was the one who had to rein in Trump for being a hot-headed warhawk. I mean, it just boggles the mind.
It's like having Ted Bundy telling you that maybe you shouldn't be murdering that many girls and women.
Or at least hide the bodies.
No, Don, you don't say you're going to randomly murder someone in cold blood out loud. Quote.
And certainly don't announce where you do it too.
I mean I didn't, but if I did, and I can by the way, but if I did and I'm not saying I did but I could. And it would be perfectly perfect. Okay, hand.
Oh, it's a man baby off.
I assumed Trump had one of those phones with pictures of professions on. Press the button with the fireman on to hear a neighing or siren. Then maybe give Elmo a call. To be honest though, that's actually the same experience as ringing Boris Johnson. You're still on the phone to a fucking muppet. Trump keeps pressing the clown button and wondering why he gets a busy signal.
Burr burr, burr, burr. Oh, it's ringing. I pushed the clown this time. I make the best calls. The best calls. Click. Hello, hello. Who is this? Who is this? No, I asked first, dummy. No, I asked first, dummy. Now, you listen to me. Now, you listen to me. I'm the president. That means I'm in charge. I'm the president. That means I'm in charge. Is there an echo in here? Is there an echo in here? Click. What a jerk. He wouldn't let me get a word in. And I have the best words. Really big words.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.